Watch and burn.
Tonight, I am going to be discussing the absolutely colossally disappointing Misfits box set. Now, if memory serves, when this was released, it wasn't exactly the most expensive thing in the world. I think it was the better part of like $100. And it was released during a time when, digital music hadn't really sort of reached the peaks that it would later through like YouTube and Spotify. So when I found out that this collection had a sessions disc on it that had all these unreleased versions of really early recordings of some of all of these seminal Misfits songs, I knew I had to buy this. And I already had I had both collections. I had Walk Among Us. I have Static Age. And so it felt like I was paying $70 for a sessions disc. But then I reasoned it out in my head by saying, yeah, I might be doing this just for the sessions disc, but you do get the cool coffin. I mean, yeah, you have all the other music in that, but it is in a new collection, so that's kind of fun. Maybe I could end up giving that to somebody that doesn't have all the Misfits stuff, and that would be kind of cool. And it apparently comes with some type of gear, like there's a pin in there, and I heard at this point, I heard a patch too. There was no patch. And it's got a lyric book. Now, the other thing that made this, that was the other thing that made this so attractive was the lyric book. So I figured, yeah, right, 60, 70, 80 bucks or whatever. And I ended up getting it used, if memory serves. So I know I paid less than the retail price for it. The sessions disc was absolutely worth it. But at the same time, I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this. It's probably 50 bucks. 50 bucks for one CD kind of throws me back. I paid 45 for the first Misfits collection. I got it from the HMV at the Oshawa Center, and it had one of those fucking HMV import stickers on it. So they upped the price by like $10, $15. So the whole time you might be thinking, all right, the guys in the Misfits, they're from New Jersey, they're from New York, maybe this disc is from there or something. No, it just meant that instead of this being printed and pressed in a plant in Mississauga, this was printed and pressed in a plant in Ohio or some shit. So that somehow, in HMV's eyes, justified them upping the price considerably because of that. It was printed in Ohio. So I'd already kind of overpaid for some of the Misfits stuff before, so I figured, fuck it, what's another 50 bucks on this sessions disc? The sessions disc was rad. The rest of this was garbage. It's this, oh my god, the discs. Like, they've got the Misfits skull. I got the Crimson Ghost, on the cover of each one. And it says disc 1, disc 2, and it's the laziest graphic design work I've ever seen. There's no real special attention being paid to each of their releases. All of the songs are just listed on the back of the jewel case for each of the discs with the boring ass Crimson Ghost art on the cover, and it's just in white text. And it doesn't say, first album has a picture of it, says when the record came out, like Static Age, and then Walk Among Us. And they'll list the songs, and like I said, perhaps they'll have a thumbnail of the record in question. No, none of that. It's just a bunch of horse shit writing on the back of it. Like, whoever designed this, they might have been incredibly talented, but they just straight up didn't give a fuck when they were doing this. The lyric book, it's skinny and tall. It looks like some sort of like travel pamphlet that you get at like a travel agency, come and visit beautiful Acapulco. And it's, it's long and thin. You open it up, got some pictures of half-naked chicks on the beach. You're like, ooh, I gotta go there because I'm so going to get with these girls. And yeah, and as it turns out, Danzig wasn't involved in this, I don't think, because the lyrics were taken from only sort of like stitched together lyric collection of Danzig's lyrics from the songs. So some of the lyrics are just straight incomplete. Like, I know that the listing of the lyrics for Damn on Me are incomplete. And the artwork in this little thin booklet thing is garbage. It's like, it feels like it's something straight out of like a video game from the mid-90s, like something you'd find from like an early Quake or a Doom or like a Heretic or some shit. The artwork is really bad. And then you get this bullshit pin. It says the Misfits Fiend Club on it, which is very cool, but it's thin. And it's like somebody put a quarter on a fucking train track, like on a rail for like some train to shoot by and crush the thing. You do that when you're in Florida or wherever. You take a penny and you squeeze it out and it flattens the penny and it says Florida on it. Well, that's kind of what this pin reminded me of, this flattened Florida horse shit that some train ran over. And the little clasp on the back didn't even hold. I had it on a jacket for a few days and it just kept coming on and off. So this is trash. This is shit. The setup is crap. The artwork and the design is garbage. The coffin is kind of cool, but it's not cool enough. And it just feels lazy. So I'm going to stop talking because I actually intended on this being a lot shorter than that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for just about 6 minutes while I discussed the Misfits box set that was a complete and total fucking train wreck. Like always, if you like this review or if you like this box set, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But please don't forget that the world is actually a better place because you are in it. I'm going to go. Have a good night.